Northern Ireland is better and richer because more of us are living longer and healthier lives than ever before. Every aspect of our society is enriched by the active involvement of older people. Yet too often we hear pessimistic voices saying that because more of us are living longer, unaffordable costs are created, placing a burden on our society. Rather than celebrating older people as an asset, this unfairly and wrongly portrays older people as a drain on our economic and social resources. This simply isn't true. My research shows that over the next 50 years, older people will contribute almost £25 billion to the Northern Ireland economy through working, volunteering, caring and childcare.
Size of the group and your constitution and what are the availability you can have from the group. I'm Raj Puri. My age is 71. And originally I am from India but living in Northern Ireland for last 32 years. I did a course with the Volunteers Know, and I've been to visit smaller groups and advise them how to get the funding for their groups. And this gives me a lot of happiness, health-wise, mentally and physically. And I like to help the less fortunate people than I am.
I retired quite a while ago, and I chose to work because mostly I did enjoy retirement and I did enjoy all the free time. But there was something telling me I should be doing something more productive because I'm still fairly fit and active and I like to do things. So when I heard about Extras Northern Ireland, I enrolled. 3 months later, I had a gig, and the first one was Game of Thrones. You're expected sometimes to express emotion, anger, fear, whatever. And being older, I think you've experienced those emotions probably more than some of the younger ones, and you know what's expected, and probably, you know, and hopefully I can do it on the day. And so far they keep asking me back, so I take that as a decent sign. Many people who are my age and are pensioners choose to work. Many of them work because they have no choice, they must work, but they're still contributing to society. Others who don't work do voluntary work, care for others, and the biggest one of all, I think, which I personally think can be measured in sums of money, is childcare.
I have 11 grandchildren, 6 girls and 5 boys, and they range in ages from 16 to 4. I think it is good for a grandparent to be involved in a child's life. The older ones will tell me of their hopes and their aspirations for the future. The wee ones, well, they teach me how to use the iPad. I feel that the over 60s are making a much greater contribution to society now. 60 nowadays isn't old. I can remember my parents when they were 60 and 70, and I was thinking they were really old. And I mean, they didn't have the opportunities to do the things that we do now. So I think yes, and I think the contribution of older people in society is very valuable.
I came to Kirk House to reside in November. It has been the best thing that happened to me in my older years or elderly years. I certainly didn't want to come here, but it was certainly the best thing that ever happened. And I am very pleased, very happy and contented now. I think that older people now can give an awful lot more back to society by their own experiences and by difficulties they have come through, and give advice to younger people.
I'm a recovering chronic alcoholic, and I go around different venues on behalf of Addiction NI and speak about my experience. And it's not sort of feedback at the door. It's 2 years later or 3 years later, people seem to remember bits of what has been said, so somebody must be listening somewhere.
I care for my husband on a daily basis with general tasks about the house. I help him get ready in the morning, I help him shower and put his shoes on because he gets very out of breath.
I have dependency to do a lot of things for me now, and it's much better because we're married, we're happily married, and rather than some stranger coming in who has to get to know my personality and my lifestyle and things like that, it's very important that someone who's very close to me, as my wife, does it.
Challenges are every day for us, but we get through them because we're best pals and we love each other. We've had a lot of experience in life, and we can carry on giving experience to others, even if it's working, volunteering, caring for each other. We're still there. We might need a tweak occasionally, like an old car does, but don't write us off.